Well, 3 weeks from today, President Trump will be inaugurated, and I very much look forward to getting behind that podium. He has put together a team of exceptionally qualified individuals to serve in both the White House and across the federal government in his cabinet, and I'm so excited to get to work with my colleagues and my friends to make this country great again.
There are so many ways to get into the public eye today. Make a hit song, star in a popular film, even being a prominent political figure works. Although the press secretary may not get as much attention as the president, they're essential to any campaign. Karoline Leavitt is breaking records as the youngest ever to receive the position. And keep watching to find out who Trump's new press secretary is married to. Karoline's early life. Karoline Claire Leavitt was born August 24, 1997, in Atkinson, New Hampshire. Her family owned an ice cream shop and a used truck dealership in Painstow. She went to Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts, then got a softball scholarship to St. Anselm College. The head of the politics department there saw her potential. When asked what stood out about her, he said,
"It's the same thing that stands out today, which is she's very optimistic and very cheerful in her remarks and the way that she responds to questions."
Karoline was an outspoken supporter of Trump even in college. She wrote op-eds in the newspaper supporting his travel ban and critiquing the news media. She even founded St. Anselm's first broadcasting club. While in college, she worked at Hearts Television, WMUR-TV. In 2019, she graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications and Political Science. Her career and becoming press secretary. Karoline's political career began after graduation when she interned at the White House. She then joined the communications team under former press secretary Kayleigh McEnany. After that, she worked under New York Representative and UN Ambassador Elise Stefanik. Karoline enjoyed getting her feet wet in the political world, but had bigger dreams. She was the youngest female nominee for Congress in 2022. She won the nomination against Matt Mowers, but lost the general election to incumbent Chris Pappas by 15,000 votes. She then joined Donald Trump's campaign. She fiercely defended him along the way. She toured the country to attend rallies and was by his side during his trials and spoke up for him on TV and radio. She even appeared days after the difficult birth of her son to address the first assassination attempt. A press secretary is the public face of the administration. They serve roles such as holding daily briefings for the press corps. Trump had 4 of them during his first presidency from 2017 to 2021. Sean Spicer, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Stephanie Grisham, and Kayleigh McEnany. But they were more like a backup. He preferred to engage with the public at rallies and on social media. Trump was asked if he'd continue to hold regular press briefings in his new administration. He said, quote, "I will give you total access and you'll have a lot of press briefings." He also said that if he had a press secretary, quote, "Probably they'll do something. If it's not daily, it's going to be a lot. You'll have more than you want." Karoline is continuing to make history today. The president-elect recently announced her as his press secretary. At 27, she's the youngest person to ever hold the role. The record was previously held by 29-year-old Ronald Ziegler, who served in Richard Nixon's administration in 1969. The head of her former college political department is confident in her but emphasizes the importance of her position. He says,
"It is a very critical role. You cannot make mistakes in this role. And I think for someone of her age and her talents, I think it's really significant that she's there and she's going to be doing this."
Trump has confidence in her, saying, quote, "Karoline is smart, tough, and has proven to be a highly effective communicator. I have the utmost confidence she will excel at the podium and help deliver our message to the American people as we make America great again." Karoline, for her part, tweeted that she was humbled and honored to receive the position. She also notes that the president-elect is doing his part, saying,
"He is building a team of people from Wall Street to Main Street who want to make this country great again and help him deliver on the promises that he made to the American people on the campaign trail."
Who is Karoline married to? Karoline could have gone for another political person or charmed a football player or actor, but she chose a businessman instead. Nicholas Riccio didn't start with the best life. He's one of 4 children of parents Marilyn and Anthony, who divorced when he was young. They moved around a lot before he graduated high school. He spent his early adulthood homeless, crashing at friends' houses. He paid his way through Plymouth State and slept in his car because he couldn't afford rent. He took out loans to pay for a real estate course in 1990, but he was sure it would pay off, and it did. It all began when he was driving around with his mother in 1993. They saw the terrible state of the buildings on M Street. He had real estate knowledge and a vision of how to improve it. He started by buying one building that he could work to improve. Even that was a financial stretch at the time. 12 years later, he owns a multi-million-dollar real estate business, Richo Enterprises LLC. He lives on the street and owns 15 of the buildings, which includes 70 units. He's renovated them extensively to make them look better. He intends to renovate the remaining 21 buildings. He also owns properties stretching from Boston to the White Mountains. Hampton Police Chief William Wren appreciates his efforts, saying, quote, "Nick is renovating buildings to a point where families will be interested in coming in. His properties are clean, they have new appliances, and many nice renovations. He is really trying to change the image." But what will he do next? The massive sports fan has another dream: to buy a team. Like most things in his life, he's self-taught in this area. He's gathered advice from professionals like LA Dodgers owner Frank McCourt, Baltimore Orioles owner Peter Angelos, and more. He even got to speak with former President George Bush about it. They talked about the ins and outs of owning baseball teams at the Peace International Trade Port. Nicholas and Karoline were married in Christmas of 2022. They now have a family to raise on top of everything else. Motherhood and family. Karoline leads a busy life, running from media appearance to media appearance. She's been working to balance her new hectic life with parenthood since before her child was born. She told the other members of the Trump campaign trail that she was pregnant as soon as possible. She said, quote, "Knowing I was going to have a baby in the middle of a presidential campaign, which I found out is no easy thing to do, they couldn't have been more welcoming and accepting of me." She knew she'd been the type of person who'd want to get back to work as soon as possible, but other members of the campaign insisted she take at least 8 weeks to rest. It was even more stressful because she had a difficult labor. Her break stopped on July 13th. Her son Nicholas was 3 days old, and she just brought him home from the hospital. Then she turned on the TV and watched a news report on the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. She told her husband she had to get back to work. As she put it, quote, "I felt compelled to be present in this historic moment," she explained. "The president literally put his life on the line to win the election. The least I could do is get back to work quickly." Catherine fortunately had a village behind her to support her. The office was chaotic, but surprisingly child-friendly. Several other mothers were in the office. Her husband's job was flexible enough for him to be available as well. Her mother even quit her job to help out more. The president and his wife also called her, reminding her to savor the early moments of life as a mother of a little boy. She said, quote, "That was such a special phone call. I'll never forget receiving it." She also admits, quote, "Leaving the baby every day to go to work, it does break your heart. It's incredibly challenging emotionally, physically, spiritually. It would have been a lot easier for me to respectfully decline this job offer and enjoy this past year in the peace and comfort of my previous job. But I know I'm doing it for a bigger cause, to win this election." The only way to keep it all together was to become an expert multitasker. She tries her best to do everything at once in a way she says men simply can't. Her baby's growing up and beginning to recognize his mother. He smiles when he sees her on TV. She flew on Air Force One several times while pregnant, but hasn't officially introduced him to the president yet. Now it's time to hear from you. Who do you think is the biggest rising political figure to watch right now? Let us know in the comment section below.